Welcome, welcome, everybody. I am so excited. We are coming down to the wire. So let me tell you what the play is going to be this morning. It's all about Medicare referral, kind of like the idea of a Medicare concierge. We are the concierge. Okay, so there's a couple things. We're going to do a little bit of housekeeping and make sure everybody's on the same page, and then we're going to jump into the Q&A because Brandon's up in here and he's the man, and we're gonna get this thing going. Okay, so first of all, if you are not already in the WhatsApp group, open up the chat. I'm dropping the link. Join the WhatsApp group right now. No more excuses. Get it done. Okay? Now let's get as many people in the room as possible, and then we'll drag information forward frequently that I know you guys are going to need. So if you're not in the WhatsApp group, go click the click and do it now, multitasking while I'm talking. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, if you have not yet gotten yourself registered as an EOS partner, make sure you get into the EOS, because if you're not signed up, you got to play to win, right? Let's get in the game. Let's get everybody in uniform on the field. You should be seeing 120 agency. Yes or yes? All right.
Yes.
So let's make sure everybody knows where everything is and where to find everything. We've been having some really good resources that are going up in the WhatsApp chat. I've been trying to keep y'all going. We're getting ready to move from one stage of this situation to the next. So run the play. Okay, because in my opinion, I'm out here in the front. Me and Brandon out here marching. I'm trying to give y'all the play, and we're going to lead you through the rest of the game. I've made a decision that I'm not actively recruiting Medicare only agents after October 1st because my commitment and my allegiance is to the village here and making sure that we get over the finish line. Now, everybody knows how to get to 120agencyplan.com. If you're new, make sure you've got an Experior folder set up and you're favoriting, 120agencyplan.com and drop it in that folder. Same place you've got your Experior link. So we're going to come to 120agencyplan.com, log into the community portal. If this is your first time coming to 120 Agency Plan, you need to log into the portal. It's not going to let you in right away. It's going to send a message to one of our admins to allow you to enter. It's going to ask you to kind of create a profile. It is going to ask you to put your picture in. Please put your photograph in there, because as the admins are coming through, this is a private group. Know that you're not going to get immediate access. You need to give one of us time to let you into 120 Agency Plan. We try to get them back like in less than an hour, as fast as we can. All right. Once you're in 120agencyplan.com, you're going to log in. And it's going to bring you over. Okay, so now we're here, and you're going to see the Learning tab. Okay, that's what brought me over here. Discussion and Learn. This is where all of your live links are going to be. A lot of this information is getting dropped in the WhatsApp chat, but I'm asking Dr. Mary to load stuff up in here so you don't have to keep scrolling back through the chat to find things. So Brandon's super duper secret decoder list here, the 10 improvement strategies are right here at the top. As always, whenever you click on one of these live links, it's going to ask you to make a copy of the document so you don't mess up Dr. Mary's master. Okay, so you're going to make a copy of the document. So they got your list here. This is where the advertising flyers are. I'm not going to click into it right now. So the flyers are there. So in case you haven't been catching up, using the EOS approved marketing visuals, I have created 5 vertical flyers and 5, you guys are seeing my Canva page now. There are 5 flyers that are vertical like this, and then the exact same item is horizontal for like a Facebook post. All right. We'll come back to these in a minute. That's what's under this tab right here, okay? Under advertising flyers. So go in there and look around. Then when you get that flyer, all my stuff is in there. You need to put your stuff in there. Okay, how exactly do you do that? We went over that in detail last Saturday, and Uncle Jock ran the play for me at the barbecue last week. And so he said, go on, girl, make a video out of that. And so I did a little editing. So how to create the QR code. This is the link right here. The video is less than 3 minutes. Okay, how to use your EOS advisor link to create your own QR code so that when you go back to the flyers, you're putting your code here instead of mine. Okay, that's this link here, which is also somewhere in that WhatsApp chat. And then this link here, update the flyers with Canva, is the step-by-step instructions on how to replace the QR code, my QR code and my name, with your QR code and your name. And then Dr. Mary did one more solid on us when we were in there and showed us how to create a tiny URL that you may want to add to your flyer in the event that somebody's got the thing on their phone. Okay, so pay attention to what's happening out there in the 120 agency zone. We've got some new things that have gotten added here. There's a file over here called the Medicare Referral easy button, okay? The easy button is also in the WhatsApp chat. The easy button is the list, and I'm not clicking on it here. Y'all need to click the easy button. We are the Medicare concierge. You are not the Medicare agent. Don't get it twisted. Okay, when they start asking you a bunch of questions, well, should I be on Medicare Part C or do I do D? What's the, you know what? That is exactly what these experts are for. They do it all day, every day. They're going to take care of you. But you do have to provide a certain level of information, okay? So the referral easy button is a list. It's a clean looking document. If you want to print it out, it is the 5 things that a person needs, whether they go onto the website to self-navigate or they've decided they want to call in whenever they're ready to pull the trigger, look around to be nosy. They need, number 1, their red, white, and blue Medicare card. I need you to use the words red, white, and blue because their card is red, white, and blue. Now, they also have an insurance card for whoever their current insurance provider is. So they may have a United Healthcare card or an Aetna card or a whatever card. That's not the one I'm talking about. We need red, white, and blue. So use it, red, white, and blue. The second thing they need is a list of their doctors because we want them to be able to stay with their doctors. Now, the EOS agent will ask them, do you like your doctors? Do you want to stay with your doctors? And if they hate their doctor, they'll help them find a new one. But if they like them, stick with the one you got, right? The third thing they're going to need is a list of all their medications. Most of the seniors I know, they got a big old Ziploc bag and they're sitting in the basket on the counter. Okay, the list of all their medications that they're taking. So that the EOS agent is going to make sure that all of where their medications are falling in the current formulary and what's necessary what, okay? So red, white, and blue card, all your doctors, all your medications, and your favorite pharmacy, okay? So if you click that link right here, everything I just said is already in there. And then the 5th thing is if they do know the plan that they're on right now, it's helpful to the EOS agent. They don't have to know that, but it's helpful. Okay, if we want to compare the plan we have now, it's easier to look if they tell them where they're starting from instead of them having to do a bunch of searching around. Okay, so that's what's on the easy button. Has anybody got any questions so far?
Yes, can we, this probably was already answered, but can we print this out and like when we set up with our seniors, can we have this information so that we can like, here you go, here you go, here you go.
Absolutely, baby. That's why I put that. So when you go over there, the easy button is a really clean looking document. Definitely a printable PDF document. Excellent question. Okay, do we have any other questions? All right, let's keep moving. Okay. I started doing this the other day. I want to do it for you guys. We've been talking about where we are in the time sequence, right? So we know that the 2026 plans drop on October 1. We don't want to be driving a lot of traffic to the EOS website between now and October 1 because they can't see the new plans. But between now and then, what we want to do is start to create some buzz. You got to make them look. Right? So we want to create some posts that are kind of around trying to get them interested, but not dropping the QR code. Okay. So I dropped 2 graphics in the WhatsApp chat yesterday. So let me show you. And if you guys are following me on Facebook or Insta or whatever, if you're not, you should be. All right. One of them dropped last night. One of them is dropping this morning. And the first one, and feel free to just steal it out of the WhatsApp chat. That's why I put it over there. Okay, this is what I put up. Can y'all see it? Are you concerned about what could be happening with Medicare plans this year? Hint, you should be. AEP is almost here. I can help with that, all right? I deliberately didn't put any of my information into this graphic so y'all can just take it and run, okay? My title at the top says, are you on Medicare or is someone that you care about on Medicare? That's the capital letters in the typing that's on the top of this. I'm just trying to make them look. Okay, so remember we got 2 targets? So at first I was making 2 separate posts and I thought that's kind of stupid. So I went back and combined them. So big capital letters, are you on Medicare? Or is anyone you care about on Medicare? That's it. And then the graphic, and then I got the hashtags. All right, that's what I dropped last night. Pause right here. Those of you who have the ability, I schedule my social media posts. So I was able to go out and say, I want this one to drop every 2 days for the next week at this particular time, because I got other stuff to do. Okay, so if you have a program that will allow you to schedule your social media posts, this whole Medicare situation is going to get way simpler for you. Okay, so that's what I dropped. Yes, it dropped last night and it's going to hit every 2 days. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I don't do TikTok. All right, then here's another one that you can also use. Same kind of vein. Are you on So the first one said, are you on Medicare or is someone you care about on Medicare? That was the title. Okay, this one that's dropping today, I flipped it. Is someone you care about on Medicare or are you on Medicare? because when it first loads into the Facebook thing, they can only kind of see the first line of your title. So I flipped it on purpose. Okay. Have you received your annual notice of change? It can be overwhelming. AP is almost here. I can help sort all that out. Okay. You're just trying to make them look. All right. So if somebody comes back and they thumbs up you or say, what are you talking about? That's exactly what you're trying to do. So if they start engaging you, you need to respond back to them. Hey, changes are coming. I need you to watch this space. October 1st, it's going down. All right. So is everybody clear on these? I will see if we can get these two up, but you guys can just snatch them out of the WhatsApp chat. Okay. Just go in and do it. And if you don't know what the annual notice of change looks like, this is the little one. My husband got this from United Healthcare, his particular plan. And then the big one that came from the federal government showed up yesterday. That bad boy is okay. And Brandon can talk to us more about this, but this is the requirement that each insurance company has and the government has to tell everybody on Medicare every year what the changes are that are coming up. It's designed to be overwhelming and confusing so that they kind of just go, I'm just going to stay where I'm at. But this is what they're talking about, the annual notice of change. When they open it up, it has two columns. One tells them what their plan was, whatever the feature was in 2025, and then it tells them what the change is going to be in 2026. That's what this is about. So anybody who's on Medicare right now, they're getting one of these. They got to get it before October the 1st. Okay? So just know what that is. So anybody have any changes, any questions about these aspects of these early posts? So this is the posting you're doing from now to September 30th. It takes a minimum of 3 impressions. It's Google it, y'all, or chat GPT it. Okay, those of us who went to business school, 3 to 7 impressions to break through your client's filters for them to even see what you're trying to show them. So we need repetition. Okay, let's go back. I'm giving you the schedule for the rest of them. All right, now, starting on October 1st, when the plans are available, we are going to drop this one. Are you ready? And I think the title and the thing is like Guitar Guy or something like that. Are you ready for Medicare Annual Enrollment Period? All right. Because we're trying to get them ready. We're trying to get them to look. Now they can actually scan your code, go in, and start poking around and looking at plans. Okay? Active Medicare writing agents start pounding their pipeline starting on October 1st. They're having these conversations. They're talking to the people. They're getting it all the way down. And then on October 15th, they just push the button, submit, 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 submit. Okay, so now those agents are going to be able to see everything that our clients need to see. So October 1st, you want to start driving them through your QR code. So this is the one from October 1st to October 14th. Then when the new plans are available, we are going to rotate between 3 flyers. You're going to rotate between this one. So I'm going to put a little thumbnail and then the date and then the thumbnail. Okay. You're going to rotate between this one here that has the dates. Medicare open enrollment is October 15th to December 7th. You're going to use that one. You're going to use this one. Okay. Review your Medicare plan coverage options, because now we're in the window. Okay. And you're going to use this one. Medical Annual Enrollment Period is happening now. So those 3 posts, you're going to rotate through those in your posts. Okay. We got a good mix of ethnicities. We got a little everything kind of mixed up in there that we're trying to do. Okay. So you need to develop a cadence of when you're going to rotate and create a post associated with each of these. And I'm going to show you that in a second too. We'll create a post associated with each of these, and we're going to rotate them through. Got it? Then, when we get to crunch time, December 1st to December 7th, we're going to use this one. Medicare Annual Enrollment Period ends December 7th. So come December 1st, you're going to switch over, and you're going to start pounding this flyer in that last 7 days. You're running out of time. You're running out of time. You're running out of time. Okay? Are we getting it? All right. Now, another document that I'm going to put up there, one of my new team, she went up here yesterday. Are y'all seeing the WhatsApp chat now? Is that what y'all seeing? Okay. She went out here yesterday and dropped this file right here. It says, so scroll back in the thing right now. Okay. Download it. It literally has what the copy needs to say, suggestions on what you type in the actual post as we move through it. For December 1st to 7th, it literally says, it's crunch time now. I'm giving you the pictures. And then Australia literally went up there and ran the play for the entire 8-week window, what copy you could be dropping into next to the pictures. Does it get any easier, people? Come on now. All y'all got to do is run the play.
That's a great tool.
Okay. So are we catching on what's happening here? All right. Now, one other thing I wanted to say, and then I'm gonna open it up for question and answer because we got to get Brandon up in here because he's the man. He knows the real deal, right? When it comes from a marketing standpoint, And some of you have created your own marketing and stuff like that, and that's great. We want to try to stay with what EOS, pretty close to the EOS approved thing, so don't get too crazy out there. But I do want you to understand from a marketing standpoint, y'all know I'm all about the psychology of the sale, right? How does stuff stick? I already told you it takes 3 to 7 impressions to just break through. More like, but how many impressions that takes depends on the quality of what they're seeing. So we're trying to give you the quality visuals. Okay, so some professional person decided that was the image that we needed to use there. So please use the quality that we're giving you, okay? But there's a reason why in this 10-week window that we're looking at, we're only looking at 5, 7 different flyers. I need them to keep seeing the same image again and again and again. So the third time, the fourth time it comes up, they're like, why does that thing keep popping up? Let me read it this time, okay? So if you go out there in your enthusiasm and create all these various ads and visuals and all of that, you're diluting your impressions. I need them to see the same image for the image to break through. Are you understanding? Okay, so you have to post. Now I would rotate the posts around, like especially in that window where we got the 3, rotate them around through your social media, rotate the times that you're putting them in there. Okay, maybe change a little, take some of the language that's in that document and then switch up the language with like one of the different pictures or whatever. But the images need to kind of stay consistent for the people to start, for it to bleed through to them, okay? It's not so important for you to print out 5 different versions of your flyer. I'm just using the one with the dates on it with the chick, right? Okay, because flyers are expensive. Do you guys have any questions about what we're trying to do on this posting or the timing or why we're kind of limiting it to not a million different images? And this is what makes EOS start to break through. And they finally see it. But the point is that from an EOS standpoint, that's why they put out approved marketing materials, because they understand that people need to see it for it to break through. Okay? All right.
Yeah, I have it. It's from the Medicare.
Let me stop sharing. Really. Okay.
All right. Let me paste current and share. That's the one you're talking about right there.
It hasn't come up yet.
Oh, no?
It's there. It is. Yep, it is. There
Okay.
it is. Look what she did. Come on. So if you guys are wondering what do I say in my post? Okay. So in the pre-AEP, it says, did you know your Medicare plan can change from year to year, even if you don't? I'm here as a resource to help you stay informed and confident about your coverage. Feel free to reach out anytime. She's got a call to action. Boom. Right?
Man, that's great.
Thank you. Are y'all looking at this? She's got Medicare tip of the day. Down here, we're in the active window, right? The 3rd to the 9th, we're pre-AEP. That's when we're using the guitar guy, right? What do you type under the guitar guy? There's a lot of information out there about Medicare, and it's not always easy to sort through. That's where I come in. Think of me as your Medicare middleman, here to make things easier and connect you with trusted experts, okay? Or Medicare concierge or whatever. Does it get any easier, guys?
That's awesome. So make sure y'all download that. It's right in the WhatsApp group.
It's in the WhatsApp chat, and I'm going to make sure that Mary gets it so she can add it up onto the Medicare.
120. Yeah, she should put that on 120 for sure.
We're going to put that on 120, and I'm going to create a little document with these flyers I just took you guys through. You'll have a thumbnail, picture of the flyer, and the date. Picture of the flyer,
awesome.
date. Okay?
Phenomenal.
That's a great cheat sheet, man. That's
I know, y'all. Come on,
run that play, man. That's a
run
play.
Run it. I don't want to hear anybody say, I don't know how to post. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Woo! Come on, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so now it's time to open it up. Brandon, do you have anything else you had for that? Or are you just going to be our
No, I just want to make a couple points. First of all, Commissioner Leah, you guys are crushing it today. I tell you what I'm seeing as I talk to some of you and many other agents I consult, it's the do thing, right? It's not that they don't understand what to do. It's just they're not doing it. And it's fear. It's just fear. It's fear of, oh my gosh, they may ask me something I don't know. Man, you're a Medicare concierge. Just if you ask those 5 questions, okay, that's on the easy button, I promise you, and always end with, that is a wonderful thing. Thank you for sharing. Just in there. And then if it's between 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. Central Standard, that's a wonderful question. Man, thank you for sharing and opening it up, because I want to be your concierge for the next many years to come. Let's get on the phone right now. Let's go ahead and do a 3-way call with the concierge team, and they'll make it happen. So, guys, seriously, come Wednesday, which is the 1st, we got to get past our fears. It's funny. It's football season, right? My son is playing football for the first year, right? He's 3 games. I tell you, we his fourth game in. I'm gonna miss it, unfortunately, but it'll be his fourth game in. I said, son, what you've got to do is get hit one time and get up, get hit. But if you don't get on the field and you don't try to tackle anybody ever, you'll never know what it's like to get knocked down and get back up. Some of you guys are just not getting knocked down yet. Same thing in boxing, right? Everybody's got a plan till they get punched square in the nose. Get punched in the nose. Know that it hurts, and you can persevere and get through it. So what we asked, and I'm always about accountability, and I love you guys, man. What I asked you guys to do last Saturday was pick out of the 10 and pick 4 of the strategies that you're going to be doing or are doing. So I'm not going to put you guys on the spot, but I tell you what, we're running out of time to pick those strategies. Has everybody picked the 4 out of the 10 that they're going to do? And does anybody want to share or just see what adversity you're having or successes or failures? Does anybody want to chime in or put in the chat? What are the 4 things out of the 10? Because nobody's going to do all 10. If you did all 10, you'd get anywhere between 300 and 1,000 referrals a year if you did it just the right way every week. But who wants to say one out of the 10 that you're doing? Does anybody want to share adversity, success story?
I
If
see his
not,
patience there.
okay. Yeah, raise your hand if
Okay.
you're having some success
Yeah.
with a strategy or failure. Let's talk about it real quick.
Okay, so for me, definitely the senior centers, doctor's offices, just got to get the materials out. Those festivals and events, I've already been able to secure spots there. But I have this State Farm insurance agent that I really want to hit. I don't have State Farm, but I
Mm-hmm.
passed by this guy's bulletin board. I mean, a huge board. He looks friendly. I just want to make sure that when I walk in,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am saying the right thing. I can gain that attention, but I just want to make sure that I'm
Mhm.
providing just enough to be
Yeah.
able to secure it. So that's kind of where I need a little bit more.
I-
Hope I know you've explained that, but
That's okay. Well,
that's
I
just,
appreciate that. I was a
yeah,
State Farm agent for 7 years. I built
I
a very
know.
large
And I
book of
want to,
business. I've been in this game a long time, man. I'm an old head in this game. So I'll give you a little bit of quick guidance on it, right? So when you walk in to any State Farm office, first of all, if you want to build a partnership, don't do it over the phone. Walk in and ask to speak to the most senior person in the office, right? There's always an office manager or a person that runs the show. Walk in and just say, you know what? I want to give you a chance to quote my insurance. No problem. Let them quote your insurance. It doesn't take long to do so. Be transparent with them. Say, hey, look, I'm shopping around, but you got a shot. And then look, let them finish what they're comfortable doing, right? Which is the home and auto. Okay. The next thing you want to say is, hey, I have a grandmother that's looking for Medicare options. Can you give me a quote on that as well? And patients, what's going to happen is they're going to not be able to do it. They're going to bumble and fumble because they're not trained to do that. And that's the point that you'll be making to them without slapping them across the face. They won't be comfortable or they won't be able to give you a quote. And if they do, they're going to give you 2 options. Write this down. They only have a State Farm Med supplement plan, okay? And then they only have Humana for Medicare Advantage. Well, as you know, us being a concierge, we have many different options in all states. So it's going to be very apparent to them that your concierge program may be something that could help the masses in their book of business. Okay. If you're talking to a team member and not the owner, they're going to smoke screen you. They're going to say, well, I got to talk to the owner. Okay. Is the owner here? Okay, well, let's talk to the owner. Can I go talk to the owner while we're here? Or they're going to say, well, the owner's not here. Can you schedule a time? Yes, of course. Can you look at his calendar or his or her calendar? And then your job is to get a meeting with them. Now, you do have the option. I am the easy button when it comes to those kind of models, right? I understand that. Just schedule it in advance with Leah or schedule it in advance with myself and I will be on a 3-way call while you're there in the room. Just put me on speakerphone, okay? And the thing is, some will, some won't, so what? But patience, let me tell you, the guy with the billboard that had that nice smile, he is no more valuable than the next office and the next office and the next office because you don't know who's got the goods and who's got a big book of business or not. You're gonna have to go get so let me give y'all the game on this too. Boy, I love this. I so love this business. Who's to say you can't have multiple quotes from multiple State Farm
okay.
agents?
Okay.
Come on now.
Absolutely. Okay.
Man, It's going to take them about 15 minutes to talk to you and do a quote. Go to different offices. Go to different ethnicities. Seek out a Vietnamese office. Seek out a black agent's office. Go to a white agent's office. Go to a Hispanic agent's office. Whoever gives you the best feel, and if they give you the best deal, you go with them. But you can do the same thing for independent agencies too, guys. Come on, y'all. If you run the plays, I promise you, if you run all the plays and you can document to me, Coach Mary, Coach Eric, Dr. Mary, and the whole team, or whoever your ED is, and you're still hitting your head against the wall, I will activate. Okay, just think of me like the easy button, and Coach Leah as the easy button as well. I will activate. So, but what I can't do is I can't have you, I can't punch you, right? I can't facilitate you getting knocked down and get back up. You got to do it. You got to fail forward, guys. Fail now between now and next Wednesday. I'm going to ask you guys to be as bold as you can be between now and next Wednesday. Run all 10 plays that you can and see which ones you like, okay? Okay? Can anybody do that? Can everybody try to run as many of them as you can? Because you won't know which plan is going to work best for you until you actually run some plays. So I'm going to be quiet, guys. Is there anybody here that has not ran any of the 10 plays? And if so, it's okay. But if you have not run any of the 10, let's go, guys. What's holding you back? We really got to figure that out. So I want to do this. Everybody has a leader, executive director, or everybody's, executive director and coach is one of three people. The great commissioner, Aurelio, man, Aurelio's just so amazing with mindset. So what this is, the only thing that's holding you guys back from execution is your mindset. Okay. So that's that. Go to your executive director or your senior manager. I want you to use your executive director or your senior manager as an accountability partner, guys. So if anybody has not run all 10, or at least 4 of the 10, we need to know this by Tuesday. Because when we go in on Wednesday, the 1st, there's just not enough time to try to still figure it out. There's people out there executing. And the people that do Medicare for a living all day long in the field, man, they're gonna keep trying to beat you down. So everybody, 67 million people are up for grabs. Please grab your portion. Just grab your portion. So all right, Lee, you want to add anything to that?
I see Miss Brita has her hand up.
Hey, Miss Brita, come on now.
That's what we're
How
here
are
for
you?
today, y'all. Like, come on, ask the questions, work it out. Come on.
Yeah, we know what to do. Let's talk about how to do it or what to do and make it happen. So, Miss Brita, talk to us.
Okay, so I thought about, and you guys are expert. You let me know what I need to do or whether this is a good idea. Like the VFWs, they have like dance and things on certain days. Do I need to get permission? Because I was just thinking about how you come outside and there's flyers on your car.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm thinking may have to go in and speak with someone, but what do you think
Yes.
about that?
Okay, let me give you the play on how to work your VFWs and your American Legions, okay? So it's a really cool thing. I'm gonna ask you a question, Ms. Brita. Do you drink wine at all?
Yes, on
Okay,
occasions, yes, I
okay.
do.
Well, it's biblical. Jesus turned water into wine. I think
So,
everybody, I don't think you're a bad drunkard if you drink wine. Don't drink too much wine. But the reason why I say that is the post commander at the VFW and the American Legion. I don't know if you know this, but they sit around there and they drink beer and they talk and have a good time. They shoot pool in there. Every VFW is a little different. But what you want to do is go in there and ask the post commander, get a glass of wine, and buy him a beer. Okay. Post commander will sit there and talk to you because they love talking about the stories of their service. Okay. That's how they became the post commander, right? They have a very distinguished background in war, right? And they're into the politics of the VFW. That's how they become the post commander. So get in there, get a glass of wine, tell the post commander you want to buy him a beer, and just say, hey, I want to get to know you a little bit better. Let me tell you where my heart is and why I like working with veterans and seniors, and watch what happens.
hmm.
That's all you got to do. From there, you tell them that you want to do a Medicare, whatever interactions you want to do, just let them know you want to do it. And you won't have to, it's funny, you won't have to just put them on the cars. They'll probably let you just come there and pass out flyers when they walk through the door, if you ask them.
Hmm.
Okay.
So they're not part of the TRICARE coverage.
Not necessarily. So that's a big misconception that every person activates TRICARE and everybody activates Part B as in boy. Some veterans don't do that because it depends on their service connection. Remember we talked about the
Mhm.
VSO, the Veteran Service Officer?
Yes.
That's the person that knows everybody's situation. When you serve, some people serve 4 years, some people serve 20 years, some people serve, 20 plus. The veteran service officer in your area, guys, is a paid person by your congressman. Look up veteran service officer and introduce yourself to the veteran service officer. It doesn't take much to say hello and let them know that you frequent a certain VFW or American Legion, and they may come with you. Their job is to work with seniors on a regular basis, y'all. Come on, Ms. Breeder, can you execute this?
Oh, I'm going to definitely look. I ain't going to say try. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is no try, only do.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
want, yeah, it's like Master Yoda, right? Master
That's me.
Yoda. No try, we do. Because
Right.
doing is where you learn, right? Trying and thinking, yeah, I mean, that's why some college professors can't do. Those sometimes who can't do teach. It's funny, we're me and Coach Leah, we're like colonels though. We have theory, but we'll also shoot you and shoot you dead, right? So that's just what we are. So we're teaching you guys to be bold. So Brita, walk into the VFW. They're open usually 7 days a week, but especially today. Saturday, walk into the VFW, ask for the post commander, and ask to just get to know them and tell them what you want to do and why this time period is so important. Okay? And be bold. And you got my number. Reach out to me, send me a text, let me know how it goes.
And listen, guys, let's
Okay.
spin off of that. Let's spin off of this
Yep.
one more lap. Okay, I'm sharing on the screen here what's in your advertising. This is the back of those flyers. This is your talk track. This is your basic talk track. When I printed my flyers up, I had to put on the back of the flyer because I figured when I walk away from here 2 days later, they ain't gonna remember. Like, why should I trust these people? And what did that girl say to me? So that happens to be in the back of my flyers. Okay, but it's on a separate document, so you can put it on the back of any of the ones that you choose. But the whole point of this, that's your talk track. What am I
Yeah.
saying to these people? This is
Yeah.
the essence of the conversation that you're having over and over again. So
Yeah.
whether you're at the VFW or at a job fair or I mean at a health fair or talking to people at church, you're going to come across people that have these other plans like TRICARE or whatever that
Mm-hmm.
don't fall into this thing.
Yeah. And the
Great. You know
EOS
what you say
people.
to them? Do you know anybody else who doesn't have that fabulous coverage as you have?
Yeah, just same thing when you're talking to like a retired teacher. Right? I'll give you that one
Yep.
too. And a government employee retiree,
Yep.
they've earned the right to have a group plan that they've paid into with blood, sweat, and tears. And so yeah, but the great thing, the EOS people are trained on that. So don't feel like you got to know everything to say to them. Just get them on the line or get them through the portal, and you're already rocking and rolling. Make sure you gather their information and put them in. LT, I think you have something as
Uh-huh.
well. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Bretta, for sharing that because that jogged my memory. I spoke to a gentleman because I was asking if he had life insurance, and he said, "Oh, I'm actually a veteran." And I was like, "Okay, you have Medicare?" And he was like, "Oh, I have a great Medicare plan," and da 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 da. And I was like, oh, "Okay," and I didn't know what to say after that. So
Okay.
we have Colleen here in San Antonio, here in Texas.
Hmm.
And so when you stated about a post commander, I think that that's something that I might want to really dive into as well.
Yeah,
So
they're usually very nice guys. Every post commander that I've interacted with are just very good guys. That's how they get promoted. And a lot of times they serve multiple terms as the post commander. So, guys, yeah, every VFW and American Legion, y'all should be going by there to introduce yourself because there's nothing but a bunch of seniors in there. And I'll tell you this there's one thing that I was doing a training with Brita too the other day. Thank you, Brita and Mario. You guys did a great job of just being totally locked in, and the great Tony Burke, man, what a great job he did. Guys, so let me walk this back here too. If you're just targeting 65 and older, that's cool. But remember the 40-year-old that has a 25-year-old mom, or dad, right? I'm fortunate enough. My mother is my client, right? She's been my client since she turned 65. So I'm 44 years old. So my mother's now 70, right? She's 25 years older than me. Stop focusing on just the 65-year-olds. Talk to the kids. The kids are very powerful. Let me ask you a question, y'all mothers and fathers. If you're lucky enough to have your mother and father still around, do they love y'all? They do, right? So
absolutely.
so when an agent calls a child. When I talk to a 40-year and I say, hey man, do you mind telling me who your mother's Medicare agent is? They usually pause. They go, why you need to know that? I said, man, you need to know that. Because if something happens to mom or dad and you don't know their health care, you're gonna have to figure it out, right? And so they're like, oh man, I didn't think about that. And so what I ask, I say, hey, you mind if I talk to your mom? Mind if we do a three-way call with mom or dad? And that works, y'all. Think about it. Most of the people on this line, I'm looking at y'all. I'm not trying to say most of y'all are forever 21, but everybody here on this line is like, I think y'all about 30, 40 years old. I mean, I would say, so if you're 30, 40 years old, you have aunt, uncle, big mama, you got people, y'all.
Even
Come
if
on
you're
now.
25, you got grandma.
That's right.
Yeah.
So come on, guys. Stop acting like we don't know where seniors are, like we're oblivious to like what's going on here. So let's capture everybody. Everybody who is 65 and older or has access to that, go ahead and put them in your back office under the EOS platform because that makes it sticky to you. Then they can call whatever EOS number they want. They can go to EOS.com and call the number I don't care. But that they're tied to you because they're in your back office. So I'll leave you guys with that. I mean, and one last point I want to make too.
Dr. Ramonda's got a question.
Oh yeah, please, Dr. Ramonda.
Great, awesome morning, family. Hope all is truly well. I am very excited because I have reached out to Jock as well and Meredith to help me because I have a presentation already set up for October the 2nd.
Nice.
At a wellness at a community center, and then I have a meeting on Monday morning to meet with a director of the senior community centers as well because I used to work with the senior community at DACO. So I have a meeting with them Monday morning to see how I can bring back this information or set up tables. And then I have reached out to a couple of my pastor friends to set up a table at their locations. I just got to get the information and flyers to send to them. But other than that, that's basically what I've been doing. And Brandon, for great information and knowledge. My sexiness is at 59. Thank you very much.
There you go. So a lot of cool seniors, man. Like seniors are, people typically know people 10 years younger than them and 10 years older than them. That's the sphere we work in, right? That's a 20-year window of people. And I tell you, that's how my world is. I got people that are, 10 years older than me. We cool, man. Sometimes 20 years older than me, and then vice versa, right? I can interact with all those folks because we all have some commonality. But hey, good job, Dr. Ramonda. I want you to take it one step further, though. Okay, with the churches. Okay, the senior pastors of a church are beholden to who? The big mamas. So go visit. What we're not doing, guys, go during the AEP, go visit a bunch of different churches, right? Yes, you have your base church, and you go to that base church in 10 months out of the year, right? No doubt about it. But during the Medicare season, go visit other churches. If you go to the 10 a.m. service in your church, go to an 8 a.m. somewhere else or 1 p.m. somewhere else. Or go to Bible study at another church. That's how you'll get to meet the seniors ministry there because Big Mama's at Bible study.
And
right?
Brandon, they also have the senior community groups. Each one have the senior, they got them by certain names, but they have senior community groups too.
Yes.
That they meet on certain days too to allow you to come in and speak.
That's it, guys. So see, that's good stuff, Dr. Ramonda. You know what to do. Dr. Ramonda, go do it. Go be bold. Go be Dr. Ramonda, okay?
Oh, I am that person, Brandon. Thank you very much.
That. Be that person right now. This is the time to be that person that can make impact. Because I'm going to tell you what, guys, when we say we're not going to do something and help somebody, most people don't even know who their agent is. I'm telling you, when you ask that question, who your agent is, there's two things that'll happen. You can pick up another referral partner because they won't be licensed in all 50 states. So you got something for that agent. Or number two, you'll find out that they don't really have an agent and you're the agent. You're the concierge. So make it happen. Well, guys, we're running pretty deep. Any other questions, concerns, any
We're
other
just
thing that's
about
holding you
done.
back? Yeah.
I just have one more thought while we were thinking. Y'all see
Please,
I changed my share screen up in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Dr. Ramunda, I'm sitting at the assisted living place on October 2nd as well. So you and I are gonna be at those. Okay.
There you go.
So I'm booked out. I got about 5 or 6 of these that I'm doing out there. So what I want you guys to remember is I just happened to pull up one of my agents' their Medicare checklist when they're coming on board. Pay attention to what's down here at the bottom, okay? Dr. Mary, again, this tab at the bottom of this worksheet is our contact information for our EOS account execs, right? But this other tab here is this customer batch upload template. So Brandon keeps saying, putting them in the back of the thing. When I'm sitting at the senior centers, I'm going to talk to them a little bit. They sitting around playing whatever. We drinking coffee. They're coming by my table. I'm going to either, they live there. They may have their phone. If they got their phone, they say, give me your phone. We're going to scan the code. We're going to do it right there. Okay. If they don't have their phone, which they may not because they just walk down the stairs, right? If they put their name on my little sign-in sheet, in between talking to people, you want to take this information and use this tab that Dr. Mary created down here. You can type their information into this spreadsheet and then use this to upload it in a batch to the back of EOS. So while I'm sitting there waiting for people, or if you're at the job fair or whatever, waiting for people to come by the table, you're collecting information from people, right? Go on and enter it into the spreadsheet while you're waiting for the next one to come by. All right. And then when you're done, all of them are here. Then you don't have to go into EOS and manually put in boom, boom, boom. Okay. So Dr. Mary, again, she's giving us the tools. Use the tools. Okay. So you may not have noticed this at the bottom. Okay. And where did when you get in the 120 agency plan, you're under the Medicare thing, go to the little tab that there that sends that list out to people. So that's what that is. It's the onboarding check at the bottom of this onboarding checklist that each of you have down here in the bottom. Here's your template to upload in batch.
Yeah, guys, you can't hurt anybody doing this. You can only help people. Seriously, there's nothing nefarious about what we're doing. We're not stealing things from people. We're literally upgrading their Medicare situation, right? If a person's on a SUP, they're on a SUP, right? But there's also options in SUP, right? So there's just a lot of things that can happen. Guys, don't be fearful. Go out there, kill it. And if you run into a snag, reach out. And, chain of command is always important. Always reach out to your executive director, the commissioner, Dr. Mary, Coach Eric, I'm here, right? And Coach Lee is here. And that chain of command, right? Between those 4 or 5 people, there's either a mindset or a strategy or an execution point that can happen. And we're going to make sure that that happens timely, okay? If you really have something that's brewing, like a church, senior community, an agent that has a large book of business, whatever those 10 strategies that you choose to do and you want to execute it, you're not by yourself, okay? The initial steps are by yourself because you have to take the initiative to do them. But once you get into the thick of it and you want to help execute it, utilize our experience and our go-to and our will set and skill set. And I promise you, we're going to get this done for you.
Okay, we're going to keep this conversation going as we go through the AEP season. We're going to, when we get back to our regular training rotations on Tuesdays and Saturdays, there will be a breakout room so that if you run across a snag or you have a question or something, you can go into the Medicare breakout room and kind of work that out. And we'll make sure that you guys, like, when it's time to start putting in NBTs and stuff like that, we'll remind you, make sure you know how to do that because you got to get paid, right?
Yeah, gotta get paid. No problem.
I have a question.
Hey,
so is I forgot his name. The person the contact for EOS for the Easter for this
Anthony Jackson.
Anthony.
Well, because somebody named Corey, I guess the person from the Midwest called me. That's okay.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. She's a female. Corey's great. Corey Trinisi. Any of those, Corey Trinisi, Anthony Jackson. Y'all can pick anyone. As a matter of fact, if it's something pressing and you call one and you don't get one, you can go down that list and keep calling. They all know how to work with each other indirectly and directly. It's funny. I know that they're tied to certain people, but it's just like the bartenders at the bar and they're all sharing tips. It's all for the good, right? So one for all, all for one. So don't feel like you just got to use that person. If it's something pressing, reach out, let the world be on fire at that point in time and tell the world what you want. It'll happen. So you don't have to always just use Anthony or Corey or Scott Kane. They're all great.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, and guys, really, realistically, between 9 and 5, you're right. Your concierge, your go-to person, your account rep is your go-to. They're paid to do this. They're on a salary. They're very knowledgeable. They know all the tools. You can bring them. So patients, even a person like that, you can bring an Anthony Jackson into that situation, right? That opportunity with the State Farm agent or whatever agents you want to engage. But we're all here. The key is don't feel like, man, I'm just not going to do it because I don't understand it or I'm scared. I'm fearful. Like, be bold. Be bold. We've got the best plan. We've got the best team. I mean, it's go time, man. I'm so stoked. It's so funny because of what I know. When I go out and about, I just feel like, oh my gosh, their seniors are everywhere. Like, I get overwhelmed sometimes because they're everywhere. I'm like, But you know what I say to myself? As long as I do my 200 to 300 a year, it's okay. I can't catch them all. I can't catch 67 million folks. I wish I could. I'm doggone it. I'm gonna figure out a way to do it. But man, if I get my 200 to 300, I'm successful.
Okay,
I
so
just
on that
successful.
note, as we roll out of here, before you
Yep.
push the leave meeting button, I need you to go into the chat and drop into the chat how many people are you going to get in this season? What's your target? How big is your check going to be? I want to
Let's
see it in
go.
the chat.
Come on, man. Let's put
Drop
and
it
be
in the chat before
realistic.
you
Be
jump out the
realistic.
room. What's the target? We're getting closer now, right?
Yeah, because you got 50. So we did the math the other day. So October 15th through November 15th, that's 30 days, right?
Yeah, that's
So then
30.
you have another 15 days and 7 days. So you have approximately like 52 days to hit it. So if you're periodizing, if you say you're going to hit 200, you've got to be averaging about 4 a day. Okay. You got to be averaging about 4 referrals a day that go through. So just
We
keep
only
that
got
in
3
mind.
people with goals. Come on, y'all. I want to see some goals. Got some goals.
Okay, Gertie's gonna do it.
All right, all
Gertie, I
right.
got my money on you doing that 200. I'm telling you right
I
now,
believe it. Come on, y'all.
because
If you
you
don't know
look
where you're
like you
going,
about to do
any
200.
any road will take you there.
Gertie look like you gonna do. Mario, I got you at least 200 as well. So Mario, don't shy out now. Okay, Miss Breeder, 150.
Okay.
Okay,
Come
okay.
on, y'all.
Now, Miss Breeder, you may get that 150 at that one at the
Hit
one
that one spot.
VFW
That's
now.
right. That's right. Okay, patience. I see
Hey,
you now.
hey, patience. I'll say this. That one State Farm agent that's willing to invest in his business and have a billboard, he may have a book of business of about 1,000
Yeah, because he's
clients.
paying for that
And,
billboard. I
and
know.
remember, out of 1,000 clients, he'll probably have about 18%, like the population. Remember, 17% of all Americans are 65 and older. So he may have 170 referrals for you by himself that you could tap into. Don't
So
sell yourself short, man. Don't think you can't do big numbers, man. It's really gonna shock you what you're capable of doing when you execute. You're gonna be like, wow, I never thought I could do 300. Yeah, you
so
can. You know why? Because you went to 4 different offices at State Farm and you got quotes, and they all love you. They think you're charismatic. They think you're bringing value, and they don't have a solution. So yeah, come on, y'all. Who else? Who else?
Okay,
Who
let's
else
go.
has
All
a
right,
plan?
let's do
Okay,
it.
Troy gonna do
so quick
tonight. Troy,
question.
I can see that.
Yeah, LT, you got something for us, huh?
So okay, so what would be the financial benefit if we went out to the farm agents and since they don't have a solution for Medicare, what verbiage could we use to help them understand that
Yeah.
okay, we're working with this?
For the benefit to him, you mean?
Right.
Let me give you that real quick, okay? So when you're captive, you don't want anybody picking away at your book of business from the outside, okay? So remember, if I'm a Medicare agent, but I'm a dangerous guy to a lot of people, right? That's why I have to pick my lane and not overwhelm people, because I understand PNC and I can still write PNC at a very high clip, but I also can do Medicare, life, blah, 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 blah. So when I'm talking to them, I'm letting them know right up front that there's other people that are calling their clients that could take them away. But if they partner with me, I'll make sure that I don't cross over and I don't cross sell and I don't take anything from them. And I'll make sure that their relationship is sticky. Now, if they have a wife or a spouse that wants, or a child that wants to become a referral partner, they can run all those referrals to their kid if it's about the finances. But if it's about helping, they're not helping people with 2 options, with one MedSup and one Humana Advantage plan. That's not helping, guys. So LT, frame it around the helping aspect and or the financial aspect, however they want to do it. It's their world. You're just happy to be in it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, guys. It's Saturday. Let's go.
All right, let's go to I'm in hand-to-hand combat in just a minute myself. I'm about to get into hand-to-hand combat. So y'all be bold. God bless y'all, man. God has put everything in you need. Just be bold. Coach Relly, you gonna close us
I'm
out,
sorry.
commission?
I see
I'm
Carlicia
sorry,
has a
Mr.
Oh,
question.
Brandon,
Curly.
Miss Leah. I'm sorry. I have a question. A young lady I asked about, she asked me about because she's with another agency, and I thought I was trying to hear what she was just saying just now.
Mm-hmm.
She's with another agency, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but they not doing like I said what we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to see, do we invite them into the Medicare part because they are with another agency, or can we invite them to this part because they
Sure
with
you
Wait,
can.
no, wait. They need to be an Experior first. We
Yeah,
ain't
they got
giving
to
away the
come through.
goods to other
well,
people.
that's what
Sorry.
I'm saying. That's what I mentioned. But if they not
Okay.
if they not an Experior agent,
Mm-hmm.
They cannot do it with Xperia because they're outsiders?
They got to come through the Experior platform as an AOA, and then once they're set up with the AOA, which that's a fast process, right? They could start the AOA in the next 10 minutes and be done, 20 minutes, be done with the AOA, and then they could be literally signed up with Experior all within an hour.
Even though they're with another insurance person. I mean,
Of
even they're
course.
with another company.
Absolutely, because we're not asking them to change their carriers, right? They're just a referral partner. This has nothing to do with, even if they have. So let's just say this: even if they're a Medicare person and they have relationships with Humana, Aetna, blah 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 blah, and they just want to be a referral partner, man, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change their appointments or anything.
So when they fill out the AOA, they don't put their licensing information. They're filling out the AOA as a non-licensed person.
Gotcha.
So if the AOA asks for their national producer number or whatever it asks for the insurance information, that's not what they're coming here for, especially if they're captive someplace else. They don't want to mess that up.
Exactly.
So they're not filling that. They're not providing that information, but that's not the capacity.
And that's a good point. When you're working with a State Farm agent, that's why they can do it too. That's why they can refer to the Medicare concierge and still get paid, is because they're not getting appointed with the carrier. State Farm only cares if you get appointed with another carrier. That's when they get a little huffy. They go, man, you're captive. You know, why you got Progressive? Why do you have all these other carriers, right? You can't have those. So the Medicare referral program allows them to be a kind of quote unquote a secret agent without having to disclose what they got going on in their world. So hopefully that's clear. Okay.
So she can come in.
Hey Troy, you like that, huh? Look at Troy. Yeah, you like that? They can be secret agents and build a nice little book of business for them. Because let me say this too, y'all. When a person works at a State Farm office, they don't own that office. Heck, the State Farm agent doesn't even own the office. When I left, I had to give up a $6 million book of business. You know why? Because I didn't own it. I managed it. Come on, y'all. This is a chance for them to own something. Come on, y'all. Stop acting crazy, y'all. We acting like we just crazy people. We scared.
We are crazy, Brandon. So just let you know, we are crazy.
So
we love crazy. We crazy love.
What they gonna say? They gonna judge me on me. No, let's go. Come on.
I just want to confirm before we go, because I talked to her.
Fine.
She didn't talk to me today.
Nah, you're fine.
She is with another company, and if she can't come over to Xperia with doing a filling out of AOA, but she's not becoming an H because she's always an agent, but she can become a referral agent under Xperia, and we give her the AOA.
Partner. Yep.
Okay, as referral partner. So that means she can take this information when she does it back to her people, because they're not going to be doing it. So she'd be the first of her company to take it back, and they can sign up under her.
That's correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Isn't that a beautiful thing? Isn't that a beautiful thing? That's why what we do is a game changer, y'all. We can have somebody that doesn't own a book of business, but they work for an agency every day, but they can start to own a piece of their own book of business, right? That's a beautiful thing, man. I just can't tell you. That's unique. That's very unique. I can't think of another model that does that. I just can't think of it. You know, we got something unique here. All right.
And then I know we have to go. I know we have to go, but
no, you're fine.
I just heard something different when you said something about the State Farm agent. We can actually bring them. We're not actually trying to get their information as far as their clients, their names, email. We're also can ask them to come on as a partner.
An unlicensed partner, of course. That's the real game. See, it's just you got two. Yeah, that's a game changer, right? Because they can build a book of business, and just tell them they know that when they work for most people that work at a State Farm office, they're getting a little small salary and they get a commission, right? But nowhere in there are they building their own book of business, and it's not a conflict of interest because State Farm doesn't do it. They don't do it at a high level, so they're not worried about what leaks out because they're still keeping what they want, which is their home and auto. That's what they care about. You take that from them, then they're going to be up in arms with you. They're ready to go to war over that. But man, the Medicare stuff, they ain't worried about that. That's the least of their worries. So it's the most of our worries and the least of their worries. So let's go get what we are worried about. And look, they got two options. They can refer to us out of the kindness of their heart to take care of the agent, which they should always do that, fiduciary responsibility, or they can be entrepreneurial with you, one of the two. But what they can't do is just sit and do nothing, because you got to keep driving them to do something. They got to place action. They got to do something. So, man, this is great, y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all got me fired up, man.
Uh-oh, can't hear you.
Hey,
You're real low.
You went real low.
God for bringing your new agents onto the study group. Miss Leah, you had an agent call me yesterday.
Yes, I did.
Exam today.
He did. Oh, thank God!
All
He failed the
right.
test by 8 points, and he hit me. I was having my coffee. He said, "Who can help me study?" I said, "Coach Carlisa. Here's her number." So he
Coach
passed today.
Carlisa with
And
the
he passed.
goods.
Thank
So
you
Wow.
for
we
helping
had
him, honey. Thank
we had
you.
a quick study session yesterday for 45
Man, that's
and
what's
we
up.
went over stuff and he passed today.
Oh, thank
Awesome.
you. I
That's a
will send him a
great,
note right now.
that's
Yes.
He's one of
phenomenal.
my
Thank you for
new
calling and
recruits.
Congrats.
screaming.
Yeah, he came here to change his life. He came here to change his life. So
There,
And
thank you
this
that's
for helping him
exactly
do
opportunity.
what
that, Carlisa.
happened.
Thank you.
We changed lives. That's what happened.
Man, that's a blessing, man. I love to hear those stories, man. And I'm gonna tell you, we're so underrepresented, man. Just us people in the business, we need to be more bold. There's so much value to just knowing.